Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne are stuck behind enemy lines and hunted by not only the gang, but new enemies as well. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of The Adventures of the Super Sons issue number 6 and find out. So, picking up from where the last issue left off, our two heroes had just narrowly managed to escape a bunch of aliens who wanted to hook them up to a dream machine and suck them dry. They won that fight, but are now still trapped on this alien planet with no way of getting home, and hunger is starting to set in. Obviously, Superboy is half alien and as such has no problem eating the flora and fauna. Damian, however, at the end of the day is still human. Well, mostly human, and because of that, he's not ready to take that risk. I mean, seriously, you gotta be pretty brave to eat a bunch of purple space berries. There's no telling what horrible burning alien diarrhea you could get. The two boys' quest for food ends up getting interrupted by a strange alien monkey which leads them on a chase all throughout the forest. And I mean, really, who doesn't love a good old-fashioned space monkey? Now, granted, this is space and there's always a bigger beast out there. They end up running into a predator that wants to make a snack of this same small monkey. Luckily, Superboy is able to save the day by tapping into a new power he didn't even know he had: super yelling of catchphrases, many of which are not his own. Why, he even takes Shazam for a spin, and isn't that just the cutest thing ever? Now, you would think Damian, being so cold of heart, he would hate this little space monkey, but Tomasi remembers to use this little bit of continuity that doesn't come up all that often, and that is that Damian, for all of his problems, is actually an animal lover. He adopted the bat cow. He's a vegetarian. Almost makes you forget that he's running essentially a criminal prison zoo in the main continuity. Oh, and just like that, I got sad again. The two sleep the night away only to wake up the next morning to be confronted by Lex Luthor, having used his big science brain to track them down. He says he won't bore them with how he did it, but then ends up boring them anyway. Rex has also been out of the story so long that he figures maybe he should remind Superboy and Robin, as well as the reader, what exactly his scheme is. Basically, he hopes to kill the Super Sons to show the supervillains of Earth just how cool he is, then use the cube artifact that he stole off Superman to help them take over Earth. Then and only then will Rex and his gang turn against the very villains who inspired them, in doing so proving that they were always their superiors. It's a bit of a complicated scheme. Rex then also holds the tiny little monkey hostage in exchange for Superboy and Robin putting on power-dampening collars. It's a tiny little gesture, something that easily could have been thrown away by another writer, but here I think they do a good job really showcasing just how good and morally upstanding John and Damian are. They don't even want a little animal to get hurt on their account. Or, they used to be characterized that way before the main universe decided to mess with success, but that's neither here nor there. Once again, in what is becoming a theme, the jungle proves that there's always something bigger and nastier out there, and for Lex Luthor, that proves to be one Tommy Tomorrow, who, with a name like that, you just have to know is a character from the Golden Age. He's a planeteer. No, not the Captain Planet kind of planeteer. Basically, he's your perfect Flash Gordon-esque space adventurer, getting into all sorts of trouble, palling around with Lobo, and in this case, acting as something of a space bounty hunter. He captured Joker Jr. while he was trying to escape. Now he's grabbed Rex, and he's grabbed the Super Sons too, just for good measure. Obviously, John and Damian try to plead their case that they're not bad guys, but turns out that dream machine they destroyed in the previous issue, yeah, that was actually Tomorrow's. This guy also seems to have a particular narc on for Earthlings, and because of that, he's choosing to drop them all off at Butcher Bay, nondescript prison planet for the worst the galaxy has to offer as the comic ends. And so that was The Adventures of the Super Sons issue number 6, everybody, and once again, Tomasi does a great job infusing this book with this real childlike sense of adventure and joy that you just don't get in a lot of other books. I also like this many issues in, we basically just throw up our hands and say, yeah, the threat of Rex and the gang, that's really more of a framing device. The real story is the stuff we do along the way. I would not have pegged Tommy Tomorrow for a comeback in this series either, but once again, it shows what a wealth of DC Universe knowledge and deep cuts that Tomasi is capable of. Overall, I'd give this issue a much-deserved 8 out of 10. It's the Super Sons as I like them, and I better enjoy this book while I can, because it ain't going on forever, sadly. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on when a brand new video drops. And hey, if you really like what I do, you might want to become a patron. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and they can do so for as little as $1 a month. Enjoy video and audio versions of the Comic Multiverse podcast and other videos before they drop here on YouTube. Heck, interact with me closer than ever before. You get all this when you become a patron. And with that, thank you so much again, everyone, and I will see you all again next time.